Welcome to another video in the series Beyond Java. Right, we're changing sections and we're off to section 5 where we're going to be mastering Java's database connectivity. Now in this video what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some Java, but we first got to be able to do a couple of housekeeping things before we can actually get our Java program to connect to a database. So we're going to learn how to register the appropriate driver. In an earlier video, we did explain to you that in order for a Java application to talk to a database, we needed a driver. Now, the stipulation from the designers of the language were they designed an interface which stipulated abstract methods, and these abstract methods had to be implemented by the various designers of databases so that we had a standard set of methods that we could use to communicate with a database. But of course, the implementations of these abstract methods are different for different databases. So, for example, MySQL implements the abstract method differently to, for example, Postgres, and so on and so on. And we are able to register these device drivers with a driver manager. So your Java program essentially can connect to more than one database. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to be able to load this program, this Java program, to communicate. I'm going to be using a Maven project, creating a dependency, and once that's done, I'm going to show you in code how to go about registering. Right, now if you have a look here, the way that JDBC has been designed for us is we have a driver manager which manages all of these driver programs. And this slide also shows you that you can have many different database programs or database management systems connected to your Java application. For example, you can have Postgres, you can have Access database, and so on. As long as each of those have a driver program, you should be A-OK. And in this particular case, you registered with a driver manager, and then through the API, you obviously can then communicate with your Java application. I just want you to take note about one thing. I'm going to be showing you something which I'd like to leave with you in terms of your thought process. That driver manager has a lot to do with connections to a database, as we're going to see in the coming slides. So please do remember that. Right, now that you've opened up Eclipse, what we can do is we can create a new Maven project. So I'll go to Other and we'll create a new Maven project. Let's create a simple one. Let's call the group ID. Let's use bank version 2. And let's make this version, for fun, let's make this version 091. Give this a name of Packed Bank, just for fun. And what we'll do is we'll say finish that. And we should see our bank version come up here. Right, the next thing we want to look at is this pom.xml. Now here you'll see things that you're familiar with, but what we'd like to do is we'd like to include a dependency. So let's go and do this. Right, so what we'd like to do is we'd like to add dependencies. So we can select dependencies from here. Let's just do that. Now again, what we've done previously is we've gone to the Maven repository and we've downloaded this. So I'm going to take you through that pretty quickly because it's a long time since we've done it. Right, so this is where you'd like to be, and what I'm going to be searching for here is I'm going to be searching for a driver called the MySQL driver. So if I search for that, MySQL connector is really what I'm looking for. So I can click on that. And what we can do is let's go and have a look at 8016. That should be fine. And what we can do is here is let's select that. We'll copy that. So we'll copy that and go back to our code and we'll paste that in as so. We're going to be trying to build the project. So what we can do is we can go run, and we can say run as, and let's build this. So we'll go build. And what you're going to do is you're going to see here that we're building bank version 2. And what I want to do, my goal is going to be clean install. So I'm going to go clean install. I'm going to apply and I'm going to run this. In my particular case, it's quite quick because I've already done this before, but yours will download a whole bunch of stuff. And so now it's completed. Now, if I go here and I refresh, I should see my Maven dependencies. So I should see Maven dependencies, and there's my connector. Okay. So I have that connector that has been downloaded as a dependency, which is very nice because now I have the updated version. I didn't have to download it, and it's pretty okay. So we have a dependency, a jar file. Now remember, please, that a jar file is nothing but a zipped Java file, which is, jar standing for Java archive. Let's go and have a look at it. So let's expand this. And we're going to have a look at a couple of things. The one thing that we'd like to have a look at is this one down here. This mysql.com.mysql.jdbc. Have a look here. Now, this driver, that is the one that we're going to be using to actually help us communicate with the database. But will you remember the package name? The package name is com.mysql.jdbc. And you'll see here that when we actually ask the driver manager to connect, we need to remember that package name. Right, the next thing that we'd like to do is let's create a package. And once we've created a package, we can create a test class. And this is going to be a very simple test class just to show you how things operate. And we'll use it throughout just to make sure that we can connect and we understand all the exceptions that occur. Right, so we've got a class testing database connection. And as I said, this is not going to be in any way object-oriented per se. As I said, we're going to just teach you how to do this. So what we need to do is there's a couple of things we're going to have to import, but I'll show you as we go along.